Lots of people talking about this petition to add Outkast, the hip-hop duo, to the Confederacy mural on Stone Mountain, which is in Georgia. It's on the mountain in a national forest, a national park. It's a national monument. A lot of people hadn't even heard of this monument, but what people are saying is, first, the NAACP, they created this petition, and they're saying, listen, we want you guys to remove it because you're highlighting and glorifying in a very dark period, slavery, racism, white supremacy. And then this new petition is saying, okay, you can keep it. You can keep this mural, but let's add to it. Let's add some other influential people from Georgia, like Outkast. Okay, and let's put them in a Cadillac. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
Rocky Mountain Rap.
Refuse to hush that fuss.
Petition stonewalling Stonewall Jackson. So Stonewall Jackson was one of the Confederate soldiers, so I play on words, whatever. But here's the thing, if you're gonna add, okay, because I do like the idea. First, I do wanna know where you guys stand, but if you're gonna add anybody who's influential, and I'm not taking away from Big Boy and Andre 3000, but Martin Luther King Jr. is also from Georgia. I think
this
he
is
should
so
be there
much
first.
better.
Right.
This is so much better than that.
Exactly.
Because it's just so perfect. It really encapsulates a certain attitude toward it that isn't, this is a very great juxtaposition.
Exactly.
If you see the sketch, they're very well done. They put a lot of thought and they've got all the tones right in the relief of it all. And just juxtaposing something very serious and supposed to be so proud with something so amazing.
Do you think that they should remove the Confederacy carving, or do you think they should add to it? What is your thoughts on that? Because this was following. The Charleston.
I lived in Atlanta for 4 years while going to college, and I can tell you, the racism is alive. It is alive and kicking.
Yeah.
And it is doing well in the South.
Look who's sleeping, all the black people.
Yeah.
But I can also say that there are really good people who live there who genuinely just think of it as part of their history and their culture, and they don't think of it as, oh, I'm glorifying a time when my great-great-grandfather owned your great-grandmother and or anything along those lines. I can genuinely say that I don't believe that they're thinking anything racially related. So should it come off in a perfect utopian society, we wouldn't have memorabilia that glorifies times when people were being discriminated against and things like that. But
you can't just pretend it never happened either.
I think it's unlikely to happen. I think it's unlikely to happen simply because there's so much to do over the Confederate flag. There's so much to do. I feel as though when these last vestiges remain, people cling to them even more.
Right.
So I think it's unlikely.
Do you think they should add to it?
I think they should add, well, I wouldn't, if you just said in a vacuum, they said, someone said in Georgia on a mountain is carved some Confederate soldiers, should we add to it? I'd say there's a lot of monuments everywhere, just leave it. But not until I saw this artist rendering, and now it needs to happen.
So you think they need to be on there, and then could Martin Luther King Jr. be on there?
No.
Here's the thing, he's one of the biggest.
Not at all.
No, one of the biggest.
No,
But he's got his own monument in D.C.
And here's the thing that makes it something that you could reference when you put Martin Luther King or somebody that's actually respected on the. Then you're like, oh, this is now something that we should look up to.
Look how
saying.
far.
But if you put Big Boy and Andre 3000, you
Yeah.
got to laugh at the whole thing because it's just ridiculous.
3,000? I'm telling you. Don't mess it up for everybody.
Civil rights-wise, they did have a hit single called Rosa Parks.
Oh.
So I think they're part of the
I was
civil
wrong.
rights
You
debate.
was right.
All right, you guys, so please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time on Pop Trigger.